Hello and welcome to everyone who are here to learn about green marketing. I'm Vijayata, Assistant Professor, Ranchi Women's College, and I'm here to tell you about green marketing. What is green marketing? Green marketing is a buzzword nowadays, and what green marketing basically means is the development and marketing of product designed to minimize negative effect on the physical environment or to improve the environment. Basically, anything which is presumed to be environmental friendly is considered as a green product, and marketing that product into the market is called green marketing. So green marketing includes the production, promotion and reclamation of environmentally sensitive products and packages which can be recycled or reused. Recycled or reused is the basic concept of green marketing marketed products, where we basically focus on all those products which are presumed to be like they harm the less to our mother earth, and they are much more environment friendly in comparison to its peers. So when we talk about green marketing, there are several green products which we can see nowadays. It can be like hybrid vehicles, organic food, eco-friendly health and beauty products. Like in India, it's very popular nowadays that people are using, like, which is less cosmetic products, which are herbal products, which are green products, and many of the brands have came up in that segment only, just like Soul Tree and many other brands are there which are working on this particular field, where they are producing products which are completely green in nature. Compact fluorescent light bulbs, we can see LED bulbs at our home, energy efficient appliances. Whenever you buy even a refrigerator, we check the number of stars sticker on the label on the refrigerator. So composters, green cleaning products, green fashion, solar powered homes, etc. are some of the examples of green marketing products, or simply say green products. So why companies should go green? What is the reason companies are now moving to producing products which are green in nature, or which are less environment like they harm less to the environment, which are much more environment friendly? So why what is the reason behind that? Why companies started manufacturing products which are green in nature? So there are three reasons. First thing is, most effective reason, which is the reason why many of the companies are going green, is the economic benefit they get out of a green product. And the economic benefit is the first thing, they are able to differentiate their products from their competitor. Even the product may be lacking in, say, maybe in design, maybe in other benefits, but only having a green input into it, like they are less and less herbal products, they are much more inclined towards saving environment, that can act as a differentiator factor. So product differentiation, operational efficiencies, in order to gain operational efficiencies, development of new technology and innovation. Green products give you a wider range to produce new type of products, or to innovate in your products, to put some innovation into product. To in order to differentiate from your competitor, you need to innovate, and that scope of innovation is provided by green product. It gives you enough scope to produce something which is greener in nature, and it gives you economic benefit in that sense. Increase revenues and profit, as you can say into the market. The products which are greener in nature, like organic food, they are sold at a higher price. So you can increase your revenues using a green product. You can increase your market share, you can increase your cost savings, enhance corporate reputation, and even greater brand loyalty in a long term. You will get a loyal customer when you are supposedly selling something which is better for their health, which is better for the environment. When you care about the environment, if a company caring about the environment, it must be caring about the customers, and that gives a very positive reputation to any of the brand. It helps in bringing a very uh, good brand benefit, a brand equity to a particular company, wherein the company goes green. And the consumers are getting aware and environmentally conscious nowadays. Now and then every consumer is knowing what are the benefit of consuming a green product, or having a green product, or how a green product is different from a chemically infused product. So consumers are getting aware, and if you're not producing something which is greener in nature, which is not good for the environment, uh, by passing time you will see that you will lose your customers. So in order to gain, in order to have your customers in your kitty, you need to have greener products. And just because people are getting more and more environmentally conscious nowadays, and it has become a parameter for good corporate governance. Even the companies are considered to have a good corporate governance if they have green marketing concepts, green marketing mix in their company's product promotional strategy or pricing or anything as they say. So classification of companies based on green concept. What can be the classification of companies based on the greener concept, which we are discussing in the later slides. The first thing is, when we talk about classification, so there are 4 type of companies depending on the green concept of your green marketing mix of green marketing mix in any organization. So a company can be a lean green company, it can be a defensive green company, it can be a shaded green company, or it can be extreme green company. So when a company is a lean green company, these companies adopt the green practices but do not focus to publicize these initiatives. They do not focus on publicity that yes, they are producing something which is green. They implement environment friendly practices just for cost reduction or to improve the efficiency. The major focus is improvement of efficiency and cost reduction, but they never publicize this into the market that they are producing something which is greener in nature. That is a lean green company. Second is the defensive green company. This kind of marketer use green marketing as a precaution to avoid any type of crisis or to counter any type of competition. If a competition is producing something which is greener in nature, you will have to do that. So in order to counter your competition, or in order to avoid any sort of crisis, like if government imposing something which is like companies need to do that practice, like ozone was depleting in America. So many of the conferences were held in order to do something. The businesses were made conscious in order to produce something which is very less harmful for the environment. They should produce less number of CFC molecules. So defensive green companies are those companies which produce green product in order to have some precautionary measures, in order to have some precaution in the external environmental factors, as well as in order to counter their competition. They use green marketing to create a positive brand image, as well as initiative. These environment initiative may be sincere but temporary, just to differentiate from the competitor. In order to differentiate, product differentiation was the first thing that companies look for whenever they go for green marketing. So in order to differentiate their product from their competitor, they go for a greener product, and this type of company is called defensive green. In order to counter, in order to differentiate, that is defensive green companies. The third is shaded green companies. The shaded green companies are those companies which adopt these strategies in a long term, like they invest in this green technology, environment friendly processes, and require a significant financial and non-financial dedications. Like those companies which are like on a verge of becoming a green company, they are like they have started their products in order to differentiate their product from their competition, but they have invested in it. It is not on the temporary basis. They have started investing in it for a long term planning, a long term strategy. They opt a long term strategy in order to make their product more and more greener in long term or in coming times. These type of companies are shaded green, and the extreme green companies, as the name suggests, adopt marketing mix in a holistic manner. Like they have everything, they produce everything in order to make more and more in order to make the product more and more environment friendly, and They integrate their environmental concern in overall marketing strategy. The greeniness of the product is their main driving force, and the concept of life cycle assessment, total environmental quality management, waste reduction, and environment friendly promotion are deeply embedded in the company's philosophy. They serve the niche segment of the market. Basically, they cater to the niche segment of market which are very, very, very much conscious about the environment. And what they do, they produce everything which is green in nature, which is total. They take they only take care of, they like, they are not concerned about only total quality management. They are concerned about total environment quality management. And the life cycle not only caters to the life cycle of the product, but also to the like disposition of the product, how they dispose that product. They also take care of that particular product thing while they are producing that product. Even their promotional activity, even their pricing activities, every time, everything, green is the core driving force of these companies. And this is the classification based on which the companies can be divided into four category. So this was classification of green products. Next thing which we must know whenever we are talking about a green product, as we all know, green product is something which is less harmful to the environment. But whenever we talk about green product, there is a concept which cannot be like surpassed. We cannot overlook the concept of product system life cycle, which has two major business dimension. The first is resources life cycle, and the second is distribution channels. Resources life cycle, here the major concern is not only the production of the product but also the disposition of the product. In green product, we not only talk about how the product is produced, but we also talk about how the product is disposed again into the environment. Because every product has a cycle, it comes from the environment, it goes back to the environment. So this resource has a life cycle, and that life cycle should be made in such a way that it should cause less waste, it should cause less of a wastage, less of a hazard to the environment from in the entire life cycle. So the resources life cycle specially cater to the process, how the product is extracted, how the extracted material is processed, how the production, manufacturing, or development of the product takes place, how the product is distributed, how the product is consumed, and how the product is being disposed of into the market. Nowadays, what we can see, that even we have pen and pencils which can be planted into the soil, and what they become a tree after some period of time. So how the product is disposed, the purpose of a pen is to write, but again that pen is disposed back in order to make it a greener product, make it a tree. What we can in India, we have seen examples of Lord Ganesha. Whenever there is a festival of Ganesh Chaturthi, we have everyone has seen that every house in India, especially in Maharashtra and that coastal region, have celebrate Ganesh Chaturthi at their house. And what they do, everyone brings a idol of Lord Ganesha, and that Lord Ganesha idol has now been converted into can be converted into a tree where the Lord is worshipped for 10 days, and again that idol converts into a tree, that because it is made up of soil which has seeds into it. So that seeds convert into a plant and then a tree. So how we dispose the product, we after consumption even, how we dispose the product, that is a major concern of a green marketing or for a green product. So it's not only about extraction, it is also about like how we produce the product, it is also about how we dispose the product. So in green product, the product system life cycle is very important. So the resource life cycle has to be taken care, and the distribution channel, what are the different steps, how the product moves from one point to another, and how finally the product get disposed. Like in normal distribution channel, what we take care is how the product is getting into the hands of the consumer. But when we talk about green product, we also take care how the product get disposed, even if it is into the hands of a consumer. So post consumption, how the product is getting disposed is a major concern of product system life cycle or of any green product, and the various steps it undergoes while it is with a manufacturer, and when it is with passes by all channel partners, and last, the every stakeholder which is involved in having that product, may it be in raw form or may it be in their complete format, or either they are disposing it. So distribution channel is how the firm and the customer can delay the death of the product. Delay the death of the product here means, like, if you have seen that advertisement that a plastic, if we use packaging material of plastic lasts for like almost 45,000 years. So that 45,000 years the mother earth has to suffer in order to decompose that particular product, that piece of plastic. Wherein if you are using a jute product, it will decompose in 100 days, or more than 200, like less than 200 days. So in comparison to 200 days to 45,000 years, there is a huge difference. So nowadays what we can see that everywhere the plastic is getting banned. Even the clothes we are using, that polyester, that polyester is also it's very hard to decompose. We cannot decompose it only by burying the product into any of the pit made in the soil. No, it cannot be buried. Even if it is buried, it will not dispose, it will not get decomposed in that way. So what we do, we burn that particular cloth, and whenever we are burning it, it again causes air pollution. So what are the ways when we can delay that process of decomposing that product, or when we are decomposing that product, the decomposition process should be small. That decomposition process, that period should be small enough. We should not torture the mother earth in order to, so we should make a green product. The distribution channel has to be taken care. What needs to be done in order to manage the waste at every stage of production, manufacturing, and development of the product, and what are the different stakeholders responsibility in managing the entire resources. This is the entire thing, the entire integration which goes into a green product. So whenever someone is producing a green product, he should not only take care of the production, but post production as well as disposal of the product or decomposition of the product, and that is the basic core of green product. So when we talk about product life cycle, product system life cycle, it has stages, and it has three stages. First is upstream, second is midstream, and third is downstream. So when we'll understand this with an example. Say suppose there is an organization, oil refinery basically, which is indulged in refining petrol pump and selling it through their outlets. So example is ONGC, BPCL, IOC, Reliance Petroleum. When these companies extract crude oil extraction companies, these companies can be called as upstream companies, or this stage is called upstream for an oil refinery or a oil producing a petrol pump basically. Second is midterm or midstream. Midstream is oil refinery and marketing companies like BPCL and IOC, and downstream is petrol pump and gas station. So whenever someone goes from upstream, midstream, and downstream, every stage has to be taken care in order to minimize the waste, in order to minimize the like the harmful effects or hazard of the produced things into the environment, as well as one should also take care that less amount of harmful things get released into the environment. So these are the stages of PSLC, or product system life cycle model, which has to be taken care whenever someone is producing any type of green product. And now we'll talk about what is green marketing mix. So green marketing mix, as any of the marketing mix, comprises of four things: product, place, price, promotion. So what is a green product? We'll start from the last point. A green product undergoes product development based on 5R principle. These 5R principles are repair, reconditioning, reuse, recycling, and remanufacture. Like the product can be repaired, if the product can be reconditioned, if the product can be reused, or the product can be recycled, or the product can be remanufactured, that is called a green product. If any of the product has these 5 inputs into it, have these 5 traits into it, it can be called as a green product. So green product emphasizes on the status of product after consumption. It's not only about production, it's all about decomposition of the product. So green product emphasizes on the product status post consumption. The green product helps in maintain and improve the natural environment along with the maintenance of energy and or resources and reduction or omission of using poisonous material, pollution, and waste. Basically, green product focuses on preserving the environment using natural resources, but our major motive should be we should harm the environment as less as possible. We should not release any of the poisonous material into the environment, which in the form of water, soil, or any type of impurities into the system, environmental system, or we should not help in increasing pollution and waste. So ecological product or green product should solve these type of things, should take care of these type of things. And ecological purpose is to design the product which decreases consumption of resources and pollution and increases survival of scarce resources. We should take care of the scarce resources because resources are very limited in we have very limited resources, so one should take care while using any of the resource. That is motive of green product, that we should decrease the consumption of scarce resources, and we should focus on increasing their survival, and we should decrease the consumption of resources which can cause pollution, or we should focus on producing lesser pollution into the environmental system, ecology, because we are also living in that particular environment only. We do not have any different space to live in. So since we are living into the same space, we need to take care of it. So green product, what are the green promotional activities? When we talk about green promotion, we basically talk about advertisement, green advertisement, and it can be of 3 types. The first thing is an advertisement that shows the relation between product, service, and the environment, how the product is good for the environment. That is one type of advertisement. The second advertisement is promulgates green lifestyle by highlighting a product or service, where we highlight a green lifestyle. Like if you are eating organic food, you will be healthy, you will be happy. And third thing is the advertisement that depicts environmental responsibility of any corporation. Like if a company is promoting their what they have done towards the environment, like if they have planted these number of trees, or they have done something which is economically viable, if there's economically viable plus environmental friendly, like Tesla promoting electronic vehicles, and Tesla promoting solar panels. So what they are doing, they are basically publicizing themselves as an environmentally responsible company. So it can be a green promotion. It can be green pricing, especially in case of green pricing. What we have seen, or we can say that becomes a problem situation for any of the companies while pricing any green product, because if the company charges higher amount for the customers, they can be faced with 2 type of dangers. Like they are like consumer can be like they are misusing the customer's interest, or they are relatively high, like they are relatively much on the higher cycle, or they can be charged by like for skimming pricing and all. And if the company charges a lesser price because they are green, because they have already worked on the cost efficiency part, then also they are not able to generate their innovation revenues which they want to generate from the market. So green pricing can be a difficult puzzle for a marketer, and if a social and environmental expenses are reflected in the in the present price, the customer intend to pay such price, manufacturer will be encouraged to create more sustainability, but the customer but the companies can be charged for misusing the customer's interest in long term in comparison to their competitors. So green pricing can be a difficult thing for any green marketing company. And green distribution includes the environment of corporation that must be placed in which managers and employees have a sense of tranquility, besides observing the environmental issues in internal processes of the corporation and proportionality between the internal space and intended product. Basically, when we talk about green distribution, we basically focus on the waste management at different level of distribution, and the method, the internal and external method, how we are transferring the product from one place to another, but taking care of the environment at same time. So here basically we talk about the wastage management. So these are the four things which we take care while we make any marketing mix of a green product. So this was green marketing mix. So if you have any question in the entire slide, you can ask me, or you can write to me at vijayata.rwc@gmail.com, or you can always comment in the comment box. So thank you very much, and keep writing to me. Thank you so much.